It's Matthew Mole with In My Head on I'll Go FM. It is your music, your world. What is in my head is how the FNB Varsity Cup is going to round up a little bit later on this evening. And good friend of the show, former Bulls lock forward, now a rugby commentator and pundit, Mthunzi Fudge Mabeta is on the line. Fudge, good afternoon. How are you?
Mate, having a love Monday. Good times. Very well, mate. How you doing, brother?
Very well, thank you. Very well, thank you. Edge of my seat at the moment as we look towards the back end of the Varsity Cup. You've been calling Varsity Cup in the commentary box throughout the season, man. Tell us a little bit about 2026.
I mean, the theme is who's next, right? Which I think is so apt. What a season, man. It's been a crazy last couple of seasons. You know, what I love about a healthy competition is not being able to predict what the next season is going to bring, right? And I love that. I love how it's been so competitive and difficult to predict what's going to happen. Even the playoffs went right down to the final round, 7, right down to the final minute in some of the fixtures. So it's been thrilling, man. I just love the brand of rugby. I think the coaches have also found some momentum and rhythm, and it's been entertaining. I mean, Monday Night Lights, mate. It's been, what a season. 2026 definitely has taken it to another level.
It came back with a bang. It really, really did come back with a bang. And one of the things that you mentioned was the playoff round, right? In fact, before we even got into the semi-finals last weekend, it was that final group stage round, that round 7, where we had, 3 or 4 teams vying for that number 4 spot on the log?
Yeah, it was. UCT, the reigning champions, came pretty close. Watching FNB UJ, I mean, how crazy was that, right? That was just an immense year. For some teams it was the first in a decade. For some, I think it was the first ever. Just in terms of being able to compete and some of the results in the last 2 rounds. Actually, if you look at the underdogs almost getting the better of some of the sides that made the playoffs, right? So it was just, I think, difficult to tell what's going to happen, but the brand of rugby, the entertainment, I think really did take it to another step. That tap or kick initiation, an innovative idea again by FNB Varsity Cup, and I also think just sort of threw a spanner in the works for a lot of people. It was great to see how the team reacted, but oh man, entertainment-wise, it really has been awesome.
Mthunzi Fudge Mabeta on the drive on I'll Go FM. It is your music, your world. Fudgy, there's been a big drive from students to get access and tickets to this final, to the point where Tuks were even playing around with the idea of moving it to Loftus Versfeld. That's how big the season has been. We're heading into the final. UP Tuks are up against the Northwest University Eagles. Can you call it at this point?
I mean, come on now. And talking about putting me on the spot. That is a tough one. That is a tough. It's tough as well because Northwest University beat Tuks in round 5, right? Yeah. So I mean, it's just so crazy. It's very difficult to predict. That's what I love about this season. It's a special season because of that. And you try to analyze. It's so much fun trying to analyze these teams because they really could do it all. They've got classic 10s who can play a good sort of territorial game, which is great in the final. But you've also got incredible flair on the wingers and an awesome number 9 who just keeps you entertained because you just don't know what's going to happen with every single ruck. But seeing what UP Tuks did to UJ, I think they've got the stuff. It's a magical final because it gives you that test rugby sort of a feel in terms of how both teams have played throughout the season. And both teams just losing 1 match, in fact, and Northwest University losing just 2. So I'm going to go with the Stripe Generation. I'm going to go UP Tuks, bro. I and I respect Fraser van der Westhuizen. He's an incredible coach. Dewey Swartboy as well. Just immense, especially at this level. Yeah. I think that also just adds some spice. But I think seeing what UP Tuks have done is they've got the bit between their teeth, and there's just something they're trying to prove people wrong. I think they've got an extra gear in them, having been relegated a couple of years ago. They're trying to create history. This win for them makes them the most successful FNB Varsity Cup side ever. yeah, they're playing at home. I mean, you know how it is in Pretoria.
Yeah.
It's going to be packed to the rafters, and I think that extra player might be a bit too much for Northwest University to handle.
Tunzi Fudge Rabeta on the drive on I'll Go FM. It is your music, your world. Fudgy, thanks for taking the time this afternoon to join us. We'll keep a close eye on the telly from 7 o'clock when that game kicks off. And we'll see if your prediction reigns true. But I must say, I'm on the verge of siding with you, knowing what the Stripe generation is capable of when it comes to knockout rugby in this competition.
What's your prediction, mate?
Putting me on the spot. Look, again, I've seen what Tuks can do when it comes to knockout stages in this competition. So I'm inclined to agree with you. There's just something special about them. Like you say, they do find a different gear when it comes to knockout rugby with the FNB Varsity Cup. So probably going to go with it, the Stripe generation as well.
Okay, awesome. Oh, man. Yeah, can't wait for the Monday Night Lights, mate. Thanks, Sam. Great chatting with you always.